I just had this trigger come up that I wanted to share in case anybody else has been through this. So I just saw a video, a reel on Facebook that was an older brother taking care of his little brother when the parents are fighting by giving him headphones and something to listen to so he can drown out the sound of the parents fighting. And then I was reading the comments by people who were talking about what it felt like to live in a home listening to their parents screaming and yelling and arguing with each other and what it feels like to hear that. Um, and it brought up a trigger for me. And it wasn't my parents fighting, it was my mother starting arguments, fighting, screaming, yelling, abusing my siblings. And when you heard a lot of screaming and yelling from wherever you were in the house, I don't know if this was true for my siblings, but it was true for me as the oldest sibling. When I heard a lot of screaming and yelling, it was time to run and see what was going on because my mother often got physically violent when she was screaming and yelling. And I had to go rescue my siblings. So when I hear a lot of screaming and yelling, my nervous system wants me to rush to get in there and to protect and to save and to placate and to reduce the whatever was going on. It's taken me time in my healing journey to be able to hear someone yelling and not get reactive, not have to run and try to rescue, try to save, because that's what my nervous system was set up for. My mother terrorized our home. I love my mother, and she's now a senior, and she's not the same person. And it's taken a lot of work to forgive that. But my mother was incredibly volatile. There was a lot of rage, there was a lot of anger, there was a lot of physical violence that was used. No punching, but definitely slapping, backhands, pushing, shoving, pinching, scratching. Those are all things that regularly happened. And it caused me to run and save my siblings, especially my sister. I was used to being treated that way. I put on a tough exterior. I knew that I was going to be leaving. I knew I was going to be moving away. I knew I was going to be getting out of that situation. And there was a lot of guilt moving out, leaving my siblings to deal with that situation. But when we were younger, there was definitely a lot of running to save people, to get in the middle of stuff, to try to protect them from that when my mother was in a fit of rage. So, yeah, for those who lived that life, know that it does get better. Know that you can do the healing, know that you can release it, know that you can feel through those, feel your feelings now that you're an adult, feel the fear, sit in those situations, sit in those fears, sit in those triggers, and release them, and know that you are an adult now. You can handle these things, you can regulate your emotions. You're not going to be your parents, you're not going to be like them. You can learn to do what they could not do. You could learn to regulate yourself in the way that they could not regulate themselves. And it does get better. You can heal through it, you can let it go. You have to do the inner work, and it can be done. But I just want to let you guys know that if you get triggered when you hear people yelling because of what happened in your childhood, you can heal through it. Sending you guys lots of love. Bye.